Recently I reviewed the Diana Trail Scout, a cracking CO2 rifle. Well, think Trail Scout but in PCP format, and you have this week's review, the Stinger Minerva. Hello and welcome to AAR on Air. Well, this week is another one I'm looking forward to because these little budget rifles haven't failed to amaze me so far. And here is another one for reviewing. This is the beech wood version, and it is wood, not faux or fake, but real wood for your £186 UK. Yes, I said £186 UK. Come on, let's take a closer look, shall we? This is 1030mm or 40.5 inches long with the supplied silencer fitted. It tips the scales at an anorexic 2.35 kilograms or £5, 3 ounces unscoped, and has a 9-round magazine in 177 or a 7-round magazine in 22 caliber, together with a single shot tray if you prefer. From the front then, this has that supplied and fitted silencer. Behind this is the open front sight, because you have the option of adding a separate scope if you wish, or simply continue to use the open sights that are fitted. Moving down the 470mm or around 18.5 inch barrel, we come to the rear sights, which are fully adjustable for windage and elevation. Below this is the long PCP cylinder with a compact front manometer or gauge. Again, not the ideal place to fit one, but all in the attempt to keep this rifle within people's budget. It's easily enough to read from the side without looking directly down the pointy end, if you like. Now, I get lots of comments from people about this particular positioning of the gauge, but if they moved it anywhere else, it would probably add around another £100 to the cost of the gun. Then they would be complaining bitterly that it isn't a budget gun anymore. All that is needed is a bit of common sense. Sadly, it's not that common though, is it? Behind this gauge is the twist dust cover for the filler port. A filler probe is supplied in the box for you. Simply insert it into the port and fill to around a maximum of 200 bar using your pump, tank or compressor. Once full, this should be good for around 40 to 50 shots, which is pretty impressive from such a small, thin tube. Below here is that beech stock, which, whilst being budget, is surprisingly well finished off, with no sharp edges anywhere and some light stippling to the forestock and rear grip. This traditional rifle shape allows thumbs up or thumbs down shooting position. The stock itself is handed, right-handed, but you can use it left-handed without too much problems. The stock is finished off with a rubberized butt pad, but again, there's no real need for it. This is a PCP after all. This is a bolt action rifle, and the bolt is on the right hand side and is surprisingly smooth in operation. The trigger on this is a 2-stage item, and again, for such a budget gun, punches way above its price range in its operation. The rail on the top is a standard dovetail and will take a nice budget scope to help with the accuracy. Time to get this over the chronograph then and see what it's producing power-wise. This one is a 177 caliber, and using 8.44 grain pellets, it saw 751 feet per second, which is a respectable 10.57 foot-pounds or 14.33 joules. Then loaded up With the heavier 10.34 grains, it saw 702 feet per second, which is 11.29 foot-pounds, or 15.3 joules. Now, that's not bad for a budget rifle. That's pretty darn close to the UK maximum and should give a flat enough trajectory to help with the accuracy. Talking of which, let's get a scope on this and get it out on the range. Now, on this one, let's go to, say, 40 metres. Let's stretch it out a little bit. I know it's only budget, but let's put it through its paces. Stinger! What a day! Blimey, it's blowing an absolute gale out here, but these are the conditions that we've got to work with. It is fine, it has been throwing it down, so I have to get on with it. Down the range, single shot tray, just to give it its best fighting chance. Tiny little scope on the top, 3 to 9. And remember, it's the grouping that we're really interested in. Bit of a difference when the wind stops. It kind of tells you what it's potentially capable of. It's a little fiddly with the single shot tray, but I think it's going to be worth it. Remember, this is a really budget PCP. Proper wood. Around that side a little bit as the breeze comes back. That was the wind. Yeah, as I said, less than perfect conditions, but it's a little fiddly using the single shot tray. Cracky, here it comes again. It's a little fiddly using the single shot tray, but slightly better results. The magazines on these are pretty good, but they're not silky smooth. At this price, you're not really expecting £2,000 gun magazine quality. They're great. And if you're out and about hunting, they'll do it. Just be easy with them. Just take it careful. I just think these are really cracking value for money. And I'm actually quite enjoying this. I often do when I get these. Well, again, I'm pretty impressed. They do seem to be quite accurate, these little rifles, for the money. And should easily satisfy that plinking or target desire. And with that power level backing it up, it's likely to take out a few rodents if you have a problem with them. So, real wood, multi-shot or single shot tray, full UK power, silencer included, and a PCP to boot. What's not to like about it? A cracking little gun, and one that can be bought on a budget in these difficult times, and can even be used to get the younger members of the family outside into the fresh air and into this sport without breaking the bank of mum and dad. These are known by lots of names, and if the truth be known, they're all likely to be from the same source, but that shouldn't detract from them in any way, shape or form. Well worth a look and great fun. Hopefully you've enjoyed this week's review. If you have, please give us the old thumbs up, subscribe and hit the old alarm bell. Feel free to share, join in with the chats and forums and take a look at the AAR On Air website. A big thank you as always to Vectoria for getting hold of this for me to review for you guys. They are a great bunch of guys and are always ready to help out. I'd be lost without them, to be fair. But the biggest thank you, as always, goes to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. That's it. For this week anyway. Stay safe and shoot safe, and hopefully I'll see you next week. I think it's time to get some non-budget stuff out for an airing. We'll see. Bye for now.